What's up, everybody? I'm just gonna get started because I'm more tired than I was this morning, and I'm losing my voice from creating other content as well. So, if we're picking up where we left off this morning, or this afternoon, I should say, my chicken is here. I even pulled the bags out from the door that I have my super sealed bag in. Always want to make sure your bag don't have holes so it don't drip, but just in case, put that on top. So we'll open that in a minute. I don't mind doing the vegetables on camera because these are for sauteing. So we're not going to be dicing or julienne or any of that stuff. We're just going to be slicing. Okay? That's all we're doing here. I might teach you something different about cutting an onion. I don't know. I'm just going to show you what I do. Get this food ready. My husband is almost home. And I just choose to be that bitch. I'm not saying all bitches gotta be that bitch. I'm saying I choose to be that bitch. So, let's get started because I'm fucking tired. Hey, point y'all down. Okay, but I don't want you to fold it. No, we don't need to look at my gut. Jesus, all this skin is awful. Okay, it doesn't like that. Okay. What if I do it like this? I gotta work with me here. I don't edit. I don't have a team. It is just me and a bunch of stands and cameras. Still working on trying to figure out how to make this, I don't know, part of my everyday challenge, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully that works. I rigged it, so let's go. Hopefully my rigging stays. Usually does. I mean, I did travel the entire country by myself in a male-dominated industry such as trucking. So, again, we're doing sweet onion. I like that. It's a really good contrast, and it complements, actually, these three peppers. I cheated. I bought it. I'm so tired, y'all. Sorry. No, you're getting the real deal with me. Shredded lettuce, because I don't feel like it. And I bought Mexican shredded cheese. A lot of the family likes this. But Paul, no outside. No. Him and I didn't get to film today, so he's a little pissed off about that. But I do have a block of cheese coming because I just personally grew up with government WIC block cheese. I've definitely expanded my palate since then. But there's just something about all these amazing things and something so simple as freshly grated, any kind of cheese. And then we got 3 Roma tomatoes. I use Roma with tacos, and I implore you to do so as well. It's a game changer. Not all tomatoes are created equal. Sweet onions typically don't make you cry, but if you want to know the trick as to how to not cry while you're cutting a white onion, you run it under cold water and let it soak in the cold water for about 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, that's it. And when you cut it, all of the chemical, I can't think of it off the top of my head right now, but all of that chemical comes out and you don't cry anymore. I cut it into sides, and I always take off the first actual layer of onion too, because I don't fucking feel like messing with it, if I'm just being perfectly honest. It is a personal preference. Boom, we're done with that. And again, we're only going to cut large slices. So we're just going to, cut it in half. It's already falling apart, which pisses me off when it does that, but I'm not paying attention. I'm teaching while I'm cooking, so there's a difference. And I just always use the tip of my knife because it's perfect, it's sharper, and this is what it's used for. Somebody made a comment earlier that something about the cutting or some shit like that. I was like, hey, you don't have to listen to me. This is just what works for me. I have decades of experience in all types of restaurant industry, from fast food to fucking table service at fancy restaurants to becoming, the lead sommelier of some of the finest wine companies and wine restaurants, wine bars here in Houston. So I'm not saying that my way is the best, just like no chef should say that. I'm just showing you what I do. You can watch it or you can scroll. That's up to you. And to the girl that somebody did message me that wants to chat with me personally, I did see your message, but I fell asleep. So, all right, and just like that, the onions are done. If you leave them stacked, you can put them in a little bitty bowl. And you don't have to have these little bowls. I do it because of the cooking show. It just looks neater. And on the actual cooking show, I would have had all this stuff done already, like the other chefs, and just whipped it together. A lot of people don't want to see this part of the work. But I got that case. I bought a case of 12 for like $6 on Amazon. But any local grocery store has these little replicas for $1. I've never seen them over $1. This is what I use when I'm not filming cooking or anything. But I still do, I'm not gonna lie, I like using these just because it looks cleaner, it's nicer, it's more uniform, and it helps my OCD. So you can use whichever one you'd like. You can use a fucking paper plate. Do you. Okay, I don't ever like seeds in anything I cook. If I want the seed flavor to be there, I will go and buy the herb myself and do it myself. So again, we're just gonna cut this bitch in half, and then with our hands, like, you ain't gotta be a master. Grab the crown, boom. I still go in there and cut. I usually have my Perry knife always cut away from you. Get all those out, and then I use my Perry knife and I just cut that vein down. And I cut this white part off. Personal preference. The seeds is where the heat is, just so you know. That's where you're going to get the most flavor. But, again, personal preference. It's facing down, so yeah. Another thing I do different from traditional Mexican restaurants, steakhouses, wherever you would go to order your fajitas. Well, hell, now you can order them pretty much anywhere. They usually only use red peppers and the onions. I like the trio because I like flavor. You don't have to be doing all this if you don't want to. This is something, even though my body hates me standing here right now, literally hates it. This is what makes me happy, man. It just does. And I've lived a rough life, still going through medical issues. And still, when you get to your 30s, shit from your past starts bothering you, but it's more so when you get into your 40s. And you start learning about some trauma bonds you didn't even remember that you had. So that's really where my love for the kitchen just really took off. And the family appreciates it, I think. Right, Cody?
Better than me having to cook all the time.
Facts.
Everybody does not want that.
Oh, Jim roll.
Pretty much just gonna be jelly eventually on here.
Oh, he is so thin right now. He's skinnier than my brother.
He ain't got no more roll.
All right, guys. So, got a little seed here. Don't freak out. You're not gonna kill anybody. People overthink the kitchen way too much. So, Again, we're just slicing because these are just going to be accessories to our tacos, right? We're building flavors. Babe, are we out of foam plates?
Yes.
Okay. I go to the store tomorrow. No big deal. So we'll bust out one of these. All right, again, I'm going to use primarily the first inch of my knife. It stays super, super sharp, specifically for slicing. If you notice, the only knife I'm going to use again is a paring knife, and it's for simple things. But most of the time, I only use this knife. Like when I go to cut those itty bitty tomatoes, this is it. Use whatever the hell works for you. Just make sure it's super sharp. You have to have sharp things, okay? You want your fucking shit to go through just like this. And even on the end, even with my shaky hands, I'll just move my finger out of the way. Uniformity. That's what we want. Bam, done. But if it's something that you really have just been scared of, or you had a fucked up experience, or you set a kitchen on fire, don't let that deter you. Follow people who know how to help you get to where you want to be. Everything's about content these days, right? Would you rather follow? And again, I follow a lot of these people, but I make things my own. That's why I can't tell you the recipes. I'm not being secretive. This guy right here, we're not going to like him because he's not uniform. I make decisions like that. It's my kitchen, my food. I can do what I want. And then I go back to finish cutting. But like I said earlier, my youngest loves to go walking. I enjoy walking too, but not like I find myself here. If I find myself getting depressed or starting to feel lonely, I have lost 90% of my blood-related family, and that is not an exaggeration. And I come from one of the biggest Hispanic families in the world. So for that many people to be dead, me being old, us 40-somethings now being the elders of our lives, it's a really interesting transition. And so it is very easy for me, especially because I've battled with my mental health my entire life. Anytime I start feeling depressed or something like that, typically my husband will be more kinder about it. But our youngest daughter, she'll come in my room and tell me, get the fuck out of that bed and make her some food. Because she knows once I'm in here, and she'll put on headphones, because don't nobody in this house like Machine Gun Kelly but me. I even go to the concerts by myself and have the time of my life. Fuck this one. That'll be fine.
You were on the road when you went to that concert. Shut up.
No, I went to one here in Dallas too after Dorinda's wedding. So, anyways, I don't push anything on anybody. Never have, never will. It's just not my style. People do ask a lot of questions about my life because I think I'm completely overrated, but I will not say that my story is overrated. My story is something that millions of women and children, specifically of cultural, somebody tried to call me a racist earlier, so if you're not of the Anglo-Saxon, Caucasian, Norwegian peoples, your family, specifically your children, it's almost like having to prepare your kids to go to fucking war every day. They can't trust anybody, and I really hate that. My daughter just turned 18, and she heard something about free will one day. She learned really quick that age does not equal free will. But for her older sister and her brother, it's just like, obviously with the boys we're different, and boy. It just is what it is. They know how to defend themselves. At least they should. That's the parents' job to teach them. I'm flattening it, sidebar, because I don't want this little curly Q. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Another way not to waste. I'm just showing you different things. I personally prefer to just cut the motherfucker off, but, you know, to each their own. But cooking, highly therapeutic for me and for a lot of other people. But if you're depressed and you're looking for a coping skill and you're considering cooking or you're considering picking it back up, watch people that inspire you that are uber famous, but then go back and look for the people who are real. They don't have to be sick. They don't have to be like me at all. Find real people that don't have a team of editors behind them. If shit happens, they keep rolling with the punches. Like, those people are going to get you further. Those people are available more to chat, where famous people, they're not running their own social fucking medias. So you could be waiting 25 years for a fucking an okay or a check mark, or you're just going to stay unread forever. You message somebody like me, or there's a lot of really, really, really good TikTokers. And actually there's she's our youngest age. They went to school together. There's a girl here in the community that we live in, and she's a teenager. She was on MasterChef. Or no, she was on, one of the other girls was on MasterChef. This one I'm talking about, Teeny is her name. Go follow her. She's amazing. She's 18 years old. She's been cooking like me since she was like 4 or 5. And she's now being mentored by the people in the Ramsey. In Austin, we have a really big Gordon Ramsay like training center. Now these we want to cut into some little dices because obviously we're not sauteing tomatoes. They are for the tacos. So again, use the tip of the knife because tomatoes are very sensitive and they're very delicate. So you just want to be able to hold the top of them and just glide down. Watch your thumbs. I cut my left thumb probably every other week. And it's always cutting tomatoes. Always. Then you just have all this here. And see, Putty just got home. He does not like MGK. So he goes to the room, makes himself a little snack, and just lets me keep doing what I do. If I don't do this, I will stay in my room for months. Granted, I live in a big room. But when I became a truck driver, I realized how easy it was to just get lost in yourself, which most times, if you're doing it right and you have a therapist or a life coach or somebody, is okay. When you're doing it by yourself, don't recommend that one. Yeah, it can get a little squirrely. So whether it's, I was at the smoke shop the other day, and the lady there, she's trying to quit something. And I told her, I said, all you got to do is just think of it as it's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you. It could possibly kill you. It's all about your mind, man. I learned about mind matter, actually, through a judge who I just voted to keep her state representative position, lady by the name of Joan Huffman here in Texas for Harris County. I got into some trouble when I was a kid. It wasn't like I was out kicking doors down or anything. It was a family member. Anyways, long story short, I was in county for like a year, 13 months really, fighting the case. Then when my family member dropped the charges, just to teach me a lesson, the judge was like, no, This can't be happening, family or not, blah, blah, blah. And it was voting season. So I got shafted. I got 10 straight years probation. Straight. All 10 fucking years. But you know what? I was bad. Whatever. I was doing it to survive, but you know. Tomato, tomato. No pun intended. Rest in peace, Uncle Rudy. But I went to get off probation. My lawyer was standing next to me, and my probation officer who stalked my entire life. I'm just going to leave those tomatoes like that. Cut this other one, and we'll save this one just if we need it, we need it. If we don't, we don't. So I went, and I was going to sign the papers to get off probation. Literally to get off probation. And I didn't have all of these tattoos yet, but the ones that I did have, like the visible ones, I didn't go to jail with those on. I had them done in jail, and nobody sent me money in jail, so I learned how to, I already knew how to tattoo. I just had to figure out how to make it work in jail, and once I did that, I was golden. Everywhere you go, the same mindset applies. If you keep a hustling mindset, you'll survive anything. So I'm going there to get off probation, and I go to sign the paper. She literally hands me the paper. I had a jailhouse tattoo. This is a cover-up, and it was a really ugly tattoo. The girl who did it was whack as fuck. Anyways. You know what? I've already cut the core. Fuck it. I'm gonna cut the tomato. So anyways, go to court. I'm super excited. I've done all this work. I've done 900 and God knows how many hours of fucking community service. This lady fucked my life. But I didn't complain to her because I did commit some crimes. So I go to sign this paper. I'm so proud. I don't have to look at this lady anymore. When I went to go sign the paper, and I had long sleeves on purpose. The lawyer told me to. I went like this, and she saw my hand because there was like a red moon wannabe thing under there. It was stupid. And she took my papers away from me and made me go to boot camp right then and there. My daughter was all dressed in her little Blues Clues outfit. She didn't know what the fuck was going on. She was like 2.5 at the time. And I was just like, yes, I get to go be with my daughter. I don't have to worry about these papers anymore. And it was going to boot camp where I thought I was going to fucking die. And I had been athletic my whole life. I was always dancing. I was always doing anything extracurricular at school to stay away from what the fuck I had to go home to. So I was very athletic, and I was 190 when I weighed in. I like to stay around 200, 180, 190, 200. That's where I'm comfortable. So I go to boot camp, and I'm thinking, okay, well, it's not the military, right? At this point, I'm 20. I turned 18 in the Harris County jail, and I turned 21 in the Harris County boot camp. All my favorites. So anyways, you don't have a choice. Either you're going to do it or you're going to make it worse for everybody else, including yourself. So by proxy and just by living in a lifestyle where I always had to be looking over my shoulders and be wondering what my dad was up to this time, I just learned to become very adaptable. I am a hugely adaptable person. And it's so funny. My dad used to have this saying that you could drop a Torres, that's my maiden name. Now I can lift y'all up. Oh, I lost y'all for a minute. Sorry about that. So anyways, she essentially saved my life. I went in there dying, but I did what they told me to do. Did I get in trouble? Maybe once or twice. because I really had to go to the bathroom, and you're not allowed to unless they give you permission. Where's my napkin? But it was run by Marines, like actual ones. I actually got one fired. That's another story from my other channel. But I took a polygraph test and everything. It was crazy. They actually ended up shutting down the boot camp now. It's like a drug rehab facility for criminals. But they did us dirty. They did us dirty. But I came out on graduation day platoon leader. I worked my way up to be a squad leader, and then a port leader, and then I took over port and starboard. And when my family came to see me, I was running out in front of my platoon, weighing 150 pounds, 59 pounds. I looked like a drug abuser. It was awful. But it was like being on Survivor. You don't know if you can do it until you get out there. She changed my life. She saved my life. I get emotional. I haven't spoke to her in all these years. This was back in 1998. Well, it was 2000 and something, 2001 when she sent me to boot camp. But it was 4 months. Hell of my life. Worst hell of my life. But that's where I learned that this can stop me from making really bad decisions, take a step back. I learned how powerful my mind was, but I didn't have the tools to use the power, if that makes sense. And I personally feel that that's where everybody is stuck at. We are figuring out that this simulation is twisted and fucked, and we're looking for answers, and we're starting to see the light. The blinders are coming off. We have all this knowledge. We have all this power, but most of us don't have the tools. I still don't have the tools. Every day I'm learning new tools, new coping skills. Once you figure out what triggers you, then you know what you need to go fix. When I do that, I come in the kitchen, I open one of those crazy Gordon Ramsay cookbooks, and I just flip it open, and my husband gives me carte blanche. Within reason, I can cook a Hell's Kitchen full-on meal if I want to. And sometimes that's what I have to do to figure out why, who, what, when, where, and how to fix me. I can't fix what's been done to me, and I definitely, if those people are alive, I don't want to go be like, hey, what the fuck? It's not on them, it's on us. So find a passion. It may not be cooking, and that's quite all right. I have diamond paintings, I have watercolors, I have probably over $1,000 worth of art supplies, and I suck at every single one of them. But I would rather do that than take 9 medications and not have an emotion about anything. That's my take on it. So, let's get cooking. So, I already started, so I am cheating again. We're not gonna do pinto beans. I haven't done refried beans in a pan ever since my grandmother passed away. It reminds me of my grandma too much, and I just can't bring myself to do it. And it's just so much easier to get a can. Fuck it. I make them taste better on my own. These pans, I got asked about them earlier. Time and table. Time like THYME. These things seal. So it looks like it's hanging over because it is. It seals, and it has just that little bitty vent, and it even has a picture of a vent so you don't put your hand there and burn yourself. But these stay sealed. I like to keep refried beans moist. If you just cook them in a pot and you don't cover them, then they're all hard and crusty and nobody wants to eat your beans. So these are warm. And then I'm going to add, I feel sorry for people who don't live in Texas because you don't have access to HEB. A lot of people hear me refer to it. It is a Texas-only store. Prides themselves on the freshest ingredients because they have contracts with local farmers. They support local. Now, not all of their meat and stuff is local. I didn't learn that until I became a truck driver, but I swear by everything that they sell. They own a bunch of other stores, one of them being Mi Tienda. Mi Tienda has all of the like real cultural, true Mexican flavors and stuff. And so this one here, I absolutely love. And they sell it now at HEB, so I don't have to go chase around a Mi Tienda. Actually, a lady showed me these during COVID on a TikTok. And anyways, it's frijoles. It's refried beans with chorizo in them. It's chorizo flavor. So there's not actually, hold on, let me check. Yeah, there's actually no weird stomach linings or actual chorizo in here, which I wouldn't mind. I love chorizo. So I took a regular can, a $2 can, only because it's family size. There's nothing in here. I put a tablespoon of olive oil. That is it. And all I'm gonna do is open this, put it in here, and put it back on to warm them back up. So you're adding a little bit of kick that somebody's already created for you. This bag costs 98 cents. Best refried beans you'll ever eat. And I'm just adding them to this one because chorizo is it's a very strong flavor. And so I made sure I got the mild. But they're very strong on sensitive guts if you eat them by themselves. Anything authentically Mexican is. It's because they cook with lard. And just like people say, oh my God, how gross. I grew up with my momo using the Crisco. Surprised I don't have any high blood pressure, cholesterol, or diabetes. But when you wind up living and couch surfing as a teenager with a baby, you can't afford Crisco, so you gotta get clever. But even the French, which I use a lot of French culinary techniques as far as my sauces, how I do things, brigade styles, all of that. But I'm very Texas in how I cook. Boom, boom, boom. I think I've covered everything here. Yes. All right. If I forget something, drop it in the comment. I purposely don't take my ADHD medication at night because I'll focus even more. And it doesn't make me hyper. It's non-narcotic, but it literally keeps my brain stays on. I used to take all the sleeping medications, the Zolpidem, and the Ambiens, and all the Lunestas. They don't work on me anymore. So when I was taking my ADHD medication at night, I was not sleeping at all, but I came up with the best fucking plans of my life. Can't have it all. There has to be a balance. I am gonna be getting a new stove because I am just burning the fuck out of these eyes. And I mean, this needs to be changed anyway. Alright, so the pans on the bottom, again, already have that induction bottom. Why the fuck is Eminem on my TV? Hold up. No. No offense to you Eminem people, but I'm Team MGK. That stopped me dead in my tracks. No, we will not be listening to Eminem today or any day unless we're singing Rap Devil. So, anyways, don't put it on high. And I'm going to be sauteing the vegetables, doing the chicken. It goes very quick because we did all the hard work this morning. Cheating on our rice, super easy. Not a lot of people here eat rice. So, I'll be using Mi Tienda. You tear it 2 inches on each side, 90 seconds, you're done. And again, I do know how to make all of this shit from scratch. But I think we found out about my lupus flare. I felt it back in September coming on, but it wasn't verified until like the end of December. All right, so that's on. Refried beans, wooden spoons. And see, it's already hot. It's already steamy. Just stir those in. Leave it on. I could actually turn this down a little lower. There we go. There. So without all of my yapping, we'll do the start time from now, which is 5:30 on the dot. Perfect. We already did the hard work this morning, and we're using utensils that are going to work for us. This thing costs $20 at your local grocery store. Get one. If you ain't got no cast iron, your food is just going to taste like Denny's all the time. It's going to taste like Denny's. I'm sauteing a lot of things, so I need to use a bigger pan. I have all sets in there, all sets in here. I always keep all the fucked up shit over there that the family can cook with. And I was going to use the Rachel Ray pot, but that got more fucked up. So you don't have to stick to one thing. I actually recommend that you don't. Don't stick to just one set of pots and pans. Don't do that. You need to have a diverse collection because they all do different things. When you have the things and the tools that will work for you, that's golden. So, we're going to start getting this hot. Oh, I forgot I broke this one too. Alright, we're going to put that on medium high. And it's already seasoned. Great, actually. This one, you want to keep this one a little bit more towards the high. And I'm using, y'all can't see me. Fuck. I just gotta figure this out. Using unsalted butter. I'm using 8 tablespoons. Now, I don't know what's taught in like an American culinary school, but in French culinary school, oil and butter. You just need it. Oil and butter for everything. So I put the unsalted butter in there. I don't want it to taste like butter. I want it to taste like peppers. But the oil makes all the difference. I can't tell you why. DM Gordon Ramsay or Wolfgang Puck or whoever. I learned it from watching a Gordon Ramsay thing, but it was so many years ago I can't remember what he said about it. So, the stuff I'm sauteing, we're going to move to our workstation. Actually, let me move you all over here. It's going to be easier. There we go. There we go. So this is getting hot. This is getting hot. Everything's getting hot. It's getting hot in here. All right, now I'm going to turn it down to medium high. The cast iron holds the heat all around, cooks evenly. Obviously, because I have a burner, it's going to get more hot here. So this is why you want to move your food around. You'll see me do that in a minute. So our butter is melting. Our oil is oiling. Dump. Dump. It's that easy. I already have my utensils ready. And we're just going to stir this around. And so I have this on medium high right now. I'm going to go ahead and stir the beans. This is getting hot. Just move it. I just want it hot right now. Let's stir our beans while we're here. All that, it keeps them from drying out. Look at this. And of course, a non-stick pan, non-stick shit, right? Perfect, perfect, perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and cut those down to low. Everything goes fast when you have everything prepped. Get on there. All right. Actually, I'm going to turn it off because this is going to go fast. This is my mixture, just salt, pepper, garlic. And I just put this in there because salt gives you the flavor you're looking for. Now, chicken. Hey, Putty! Do you mind grating the cheese? Because this is going to come together like in 15 minutes. Love having my sous chef here. What? He hates MGK that much. He's like, it's okay. I'll wait 20 minutes. He loves when I prep all day. Because then it takes, if I'm not talking to y'all, this would have been done like in 15 minutes. All right. So here's our chicken from this morning. We need to get a couple more of these stands, babe. These stands to like keep in different rooms. All right. So here's the chicken, and look, it looks creamy. It's got all its own juices. So what are we gonna do now? Absolutely nothing but put it in the grill. Put it in the cast iron. You don't need to season it. We've been doing that. Bye, bye. Keep the Don't stick it straight on there. The meat is whole. The pan is hot. Move it around. Get those juices going. This is how people fuck up food. Move it. Then when you're comfortable, put it in a plate. Count to 10, just like when you're resetting your electronics. You unplug it, you plug it back in, it magically works, you know. But you can't fucking program a universal remote to save your life. See? That's fine. I just have babies. Give me a little guy. Perfect. Now, obviously, I'm not going to sit here and go through all the bag with you, but I want you to see how just a little bit of work this morning, and I can make a full, healthy, farm-to-table, with the exception of the rice and beans, meal in 15 minutes. Gotta go wash my hand. All right. So now all the oil from the chicken, the avocado oil is now coating the pan. So what do? We just move it around. Make sure it's not stuck. Cooking great. And then as I move around, the bigger ones right here, you want to move those to your hot plate. So this little guy, he's going to cook fast. So I'm going to move this one here, keep him here, and you just keep moving the bigger area. Keep moving. Let me watch it in. Babe, I hope they don't have enough sour cream. I only saw a little bit.
Yeah.
So these, you don't want them to be super crunchy, but you don't want them to be fucking soggy. So about 7 minutes. About. Again, I can just smell and know, and once you get the hang of it, you'll know. But they're very thick, they're very crunchy, they're very fresh. 7 minutes, very reasonable time. And you can always take them out and check them before then. Or use a paring knife. I didn't know my peppers were still hard. Well, why didn't you fucking check them? Some of the comments, y'all are realizing that y'all have been making some really stupid stuff. And it's just because you give up. Cooking is not hard. It's probably easier than driving a fucking car. Handsome, we're not falling down on my show. Move out of the way. He trips me in the kitchen all the time. And because this guy's big, look how tender that is. Did y'all see that? It is plastic. Look how tender. And I'm not strong. That's how tender they are. I'll do a little one too. That's all I need is the sheet ready. Look how tender. So I just give it a little hole so it'll cook faster because, you know, I'm trying to be in the kitchen all night. But I use rubber tongs to pierce the chicken. It's not hard work. These are going to be done, so I'm going to turn them off, give them a little zhuzh, give them a little shake. They're good. So now, I mean, my beans are done. My rice takes 90 seconds. My veggies are done. But now I just gotta wait on the damn chicken. It's always the protein. This right here, I won't serve that. I will cut that off. Whenever I go to plate, especially plating for Instagram, I don't have the best plates just yet. I'm focusing on getting the utensils I need first. I suck at plating because I have no imagination. I'm learning to be creative, working through my childhood trauma, to where I'm kind of understand. I'm going to be the best grandma in the world. Best grandma in the world. This guy I can turn. So it'll cook faster now. Praise Jesus. Since I have the camera there. No, I like my workstation being over here. We'll go back in a minute. Hold on. Now, obviously, if I was outside grilling, I would have grilled those in foil, thrown some garlic, shallots in there, and it would have a more charred taste. But cooking outside is not really an option for me. I try to do it at least 2 to 3 times a year when the sun is not going to make me look like I have fucking scabies. The sun literally bubbles my skin. Okay, so see, this guy, he already fell off. He heard me talking shit about him. This is what I say for my handsome, my doggy. The fatter part, this shit is falling apart. It's so tender. The fatter part, put towards the middle. Keep moving them around. This chicken is so juicy and tender. Not to hate on people that just do dry rubs. I used to be that person too. But I'm telling you, the acid, just a little bit of acid, and the oil, that breaks it down. So I not only get perfect seasoning sears that hold all that magic in here, but I'm also getting a perfectly juicy chicken breast that I'm cooking for more than 10 minutes on a cast iron that's not going to be dried out when I cut it. When I cut it, then I will show y'all and I will let y'all be. Y'all need to go make dinner. So I'm going to leave these like this for about 4 more minutes. And then I start turning. I turn all of my meats. I don't care what I'm cooking. Salmon too. I will pick them up and baby them. I want them seared on each side. Man, I wish the camera could get that closer. I'll show you all in a minute. It smells so good in here too. And there's not a damn thing that I've eaten today that I've put in my body, except the wine that I drink at night. Nothing that I've cooked or prepared today, with the exception of the beans. Considering that I don't have any other preservatives that I've made today. Okay. Somebody said they didn't like what I was talking about. Okay. That's what I told people when they read my book. Don't read it. If you don't want to know about my life, don't read it. Scroll. Now, if you're just mad because you think I'm giving fucked up cooking tips, I wanted you to make a video and do everything that I did today just the way I did it. And I want tasters. I want to see the whole shebang. Because I literally am doing nothing but cooking and talking about my life, which is my constitutional right. And it's my life. It happened to me. So, the heck with what you're talking about. Trust me, I get violations all the time. Every video, I at least get one. Which is why I prefer YouTube. So I start turning these like this. I want them evenly cooked all the way around. And I can do that because of how I prepped the chicken. I can leave this chicken in here for 30 minutes. And it will still be completely juicy. That is not a lie, that is a fact. Because of how I treated the chicken this morning. This guy, you turn him over, he's done. I have meat thermometers. I don't use them. Sometimes I might show you right here just to show you what you're looking for, because if you don't take restaurant industry food handler certification, you probably don't know what the internal temperature of your meat is supposed to be when it's cooked and ready to serve, so you don't kill people. So the internal temperature is 165. With pork, I'm okay with pulling it out at 135. It's really good at retaining its heat. And I will keep the juice while it's resting, and it'll continue to cook itself. Every other meat, I mean, all red meat, it's up to preference. I like mine bloody, that's just me. Give me my iron, I'm fucking anemic. Okay, I need to get a pan to take these out. I forgot my pan. Let me get a pan to take him out, because I don't want him to overcook. anytime you cook protein, let it rest. Let it fucking rest. As long as possible. Oh, that's beautiful chicken. But no, I let you learn over the years how to touch your meat, how it feels, to tell if it's raw or not. If you touch it and it's like not very buoyant, it doesn't bounce back a lot, it's overcooked. You want some bounce back, but you don't want to be able to stick your finger through it like I did in the beginning. Leave him on that side. This guy needs to come to this side. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let me get my thermometer and I'll show you both ways. I haven't looked at this thing in forever. I didn't even calibrate it right. Hold on. Oh, cliche! Okay, there we go. So you would stick, obviously, this into the most fattest part of the meat. Don't let it touch the pan. If you let it touch the pan, you're going to be duped. You will be duped because guess what? The pan is fucking hot. So you want to go in the thickest part just to the middle. So right now it's sitting at 120. And it'll be fine. This one, we'll go ahead and taste it only to the middle. And now see, I can already tell you that one's going to be more done. One, because it's thinner, and that one's sitting at 145. But another way to test, where I pulped those holes earlier, the juices are coming out of there. That, when you push it and you see juice, you're golden. You're going to let it rest for 5 minutes. Or I'm going to let it rest for 5 minutes. While I throw the other chickens on. And then I'll slice one for you and then I'm done. Because I still got to finish cooking. Phantom never came for his. He's a little piece of chicken. He must be with Daddy in the room. This one white part. I don't like a white chicken. I don't like a black one unless it's on purpose. Black and chicken, oof, so good. Let's see how juicy this guy is. 5 minutes resting, he's done. Since these are the only two guys I'm worrying about right now, and I've already turned this off because I might not make these right this second because it's just being pulled home right now. You can move it off the gas, be careful, cast irons do get hot. As a cook, it's a kitchen, it should be hot. So now, go our $1.98 bag of rice. Oh, my hands are greasy. Hold on. Nice geysers. Alright. Have those kitchen shears everywhere. Just 2 inches on each side, 90 seconds. I'm sure y'all have used, what is he, Uncle Ben's. Same thing. Alright, almost done, almost done. I'm gonna show y'all One final product, and then I will be leaving, retiring with an alcoholic beverage. Everything is off. Get the seal. Get all that moisture. That's what we want. Moisture. That is how refried beans should look. You should be able to stir them around and like have them dripping. Use a sealed, put a fucking pizza pan on it. Just seal it. 555. We claiming Jesus. We catching those blessings. All right. Tortilla. Good Lord. These are like the biggest tortillas ever. There's only 3 of us. All right, let me get my cutting board out. I think I have it out still, yeah. And my knife. Steak. Nobody needs to talk. The character now. And I'm not gonna talk anymore. I'm just gonna let y'all watch it. Watch the juices from the chicken. Apparently, I need to go switch my my kick out words for the weirdos. Okay. So we've made the chicken. I explained to you earlier why we didn't cut it if we're making fajitas, right? The reason for that. Where's my pitchfork? Well, I'll use regular fork. I don't care. Oh, I have a special thing. All right. All right, I want to see how I can get this as shiny for y'all. It's so fucking good. I don't mind looking at my finger. That's my chicken. I'm going to take it out of here. Hold up. Flip this. There's a way to flip it, isn't there? Oh, maybe not. I thought there was. Hold on, guys. And since I've been off of here, flip camera on. There we go. There's so much new shit I don't even fucking know how to use yet. All right, so we got our little setup station here. Now, when everybody's here and the bar is clean, I set up the little buffet area there. Everybody does their stuff and everybody goes their own way. But the chicken, I know you can see that because I can see it. And it's juicy all the way around. When I touch it, look at that. And no seasoning added because we did all that this morning. Look, I stuck my finger through it, not even meaning to. That's how tender it is now. Let me see if I set y'all like this. Oh, hold on, I gotta flip y'all back around. On the drink, go on the 4 seat. Sugar attached and then trap me. Nah, fuck this. It ain't. Putty, I need you. And look, there's juice there too. It's all about the prep work. All about the prep work. All right, I took it off, showed them all the juiciness, and then my finger accidentally went in. It's so tender. I just want you to do the phone as I cut the slices, and then I'm done. But we're live, so.
Figured as much. Ready.
All right. So, we need it closer to the chicken. All the way to the chicken. There you go. God, you got a bad shadow.
Well, you got it flipped over. I can't see what the hell I'm recording.
That is beautiful. I think this is even more juicier than my chicken. I mean, my turkey at Thanksgiving. And I make that bitch in a bag. Now, obviously, I'm going to cut them smaller for fajitas. Maybe this guy won't. All right, let me see the camera. Thank you for your assist. Can you put the rest of that chicken back in the bag? I'm not going to cook that right now. Sorry, guys, this is a live show. Yeah, like, put it back in the fridge. I thought I flipped y'all. Hold on. Tell y'all, we don't edit. This is a live show, guys. He was standing in the light. So now I'm about to go tear this bitch up. That's it. I'm just an easy chick. I like regular shredded cheese, hand grated, lettuce, tomato, there's sour cream somewhere. Got our tortillas. We have our rice and beans. We have our sauteed vegetables. And if I wasn't talking to y'all, it would have taken 15 minutes. So, there you go. Hold on. There you go. That's a day in the life of somebody who feels like shit, who suffers from severe autoimmune disorders. But it's a choice. I chose 10 years of my life to live in my room because I literally was dying and quite frankly wouldn't have cared if I'm being perfectly honest. That's how down I was. So it's just a matter of training your brain to think better. And it's cheaper. And it's someplace that your kids won't bother you. If they want to eat, you let them know. You don't fuck with the lady who's cooking your food. Or man. I love y'all. I will try to pop on again tomorrow. Some of you don't prefer to use YouTube. But as long as TikTok will keep me going, it's actually easier for me to record here, reformat, and move it over to YouTube. So as long as people don't get offended too easily, I am going to go in the back and change the words that I could possibly think of that somebody would send me a thing for, other than me just slipping, because I'm a Gen Xer. I don't have a filter, never have. I'm not sure that's something I can even purchase. So you just have to deal with it. I'm real. We're real. We don't edit. He's blinding me with it. What was I like when you were cutting the chicken? Look, it's still I can't get over it. It's running down the board. I got to eat. I'm starving. I love you all. Comments. I will check them tonight. Well, actually, I actually go to bed in like 2 hours. So I'll answer them tonight when I wake up at 2. And if you want to see the other content that my husband and I have, or myself and my dog just started a crime show, it's super fun. Just click the link. The link above is our main YouTube page, and then click playlist. Who is interested in content? Who? I didn't get to see your name. Just leave me a comment or put it in the DMs. I didn't even see what it said. Something about joining the creator. This goes so fast. Oh my God, Jamie, I haven't seen you in forever. Yeah, I don't even know where it went. It's fine. Anyways, comment. I answer DMs. I answer. Just give me time because bitch is tired and I'm working over here. So I hope that y'all are inspired to go make some good foods, make good choices, and enjoy prepping juicy chicken for fajitas. Ask about the cooking tips. Oh, that's AI telling me. Y'all already know. I don't need AI to tell y'all. If you have questions from a very detailed message, just ask. That's it. Bye.